All right, guys, welcome back. I hope my stuff is good to go. We are now live. Now, I am doing this kind of late on the East Coast time, but over here on the West Coast, it is 7 o'clock. So I might get some people in, I might not, but this is me just going over the big news of what happened today. So, hold up. Let me change my. Okay, so I had to add borders to my other screen to make it fit. I didn't want to like stretch my screen because it made me look weird. But anyway, we got the Video Game Award nominees that just released this morning. It's interesting, to say the least. So pretty much with this stream, it's just gonna be me talking about nominees, what I think, what I should, what I feel like should go into certain categories. Yeah. So the biggest thing that we're gonna go through is obviously, of course, the uh game of the year and Twitter, IG, TikTok. It's very debatable about certain games that's in that category. But yeah, we're gonna get to it. On my other screen, I'm gonna flip flop back to this screen and the my other screen to where I can show y'all what I'm seeing with the list. But yeah, we're just gonna get it straight out the gate with the game of the year, and then we'll move on down to the other categories. But yeah, I will say I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised at the same time, if that makes sense, because I knew some of these games were gonna get it, but some of these games that I was not expecting to get 7 nominations. So again, we gonna go through it. So I'm gonna switch back to the other screen, and I'll switch back to give my thoughts about it. All right. Okay. So we are on GameSpot. So they listed all the categories, all the nominees for everything. So I'm gonna just get the heavy hitters out the way. But there is a new rule. The Video Game Awards came out with a new rule slash regulation on what they feel like Game of the Year should be. So I'm gonna read this little quote that they did, and we'll get back to it. All right. So the Game Awards recognizes that many games are ongoing services that evolve over time with new content, features, and improvements. Games released in previous years are eligible in all award categories so long as the jury feels their inclusion is merited due to new content, improvements, or service updates. Expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are eligible in all categories. If the jury deems the new creative and technical work to be worthy of a nomination, factors such as the newness of the content and its price/value should be taken into consideration. So, basically, what that quote is telling us, all DLCs, all remakes, all remasters are up for grabs for pretty much any category. That's going to be very debatable on whoever you talk to. And I feel like that's going to be very subjective. But we're going to go down this list. Let me not waste y'all's time. All right, bet. All right, so let's just get this out the way, and then we'll move on down. Game of the Year. Number 1, Astrobot. Number 2, Balatro. Number 3, Black Myth Wukong. Number 4, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Number 5, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And number 6, Metaphor ReFantazio. The competition is very brutal. I could see most of these games taking it. Now, Astrobot, Astrobot is one of the it's got 7 nominations. I'm surprised because I did not think that this game was going to get that many nominations. The game is like that from what I've heard. I never played it, but when it first released, it was already Game of the Year. So I'm like, all right, cool. But me personally, I want Black Myth Wukong to win because to me, that had everything that marked all the check boxes on what Game of the Year is. Um, it's depending on sales, the gameplay, the story, the overall everything. It encompasses Game of the Year, and I feel like that should get it. So yeah. Now some of these games did surprise me. Um, Balatro, I don't know what that is. I seen gameplay. That is a card game. Now, video game awards. I don't know if this is. I don't know if y'all are playing with me. If this is a joke, but we letting card games in. Now I don't know. The game might be like that, but please, somebody let me know. Am I missing something? Because y'all got a card game for Game of the Year. I don't know. I might be missing something. It might have incredible story. Uh, I I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I already said Black Myth Wukong. That's my personal choice. But realistically, objectively, 2 games I think might win it: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Astrobot. I honestly believe. I honestly believe that Astrobot is going to be sweeping this year. This Mario Odyssey, Mario 3D version, this PlayStation version of Mario is gonna win most of these awards. And 2023, Baldur's Gate came out of nowhere. Now, for the people who played Baldur's Gate already before the awards, they already knew that it was gonna win Game of the Year. To win Game of the Year, you need a type of game that's gonna redefine, that's gonna create a new. It has to change the game, literally and figuratively. And I think Astrobot did. Baldur's Gate 3 definitely did that because I never played a game like that ever. So I went back to play it and I'm like, okay, now I see why. But yeah, Astrobot, I really feel like Astrobot's going to take it. Um, but if it doesn't take it, I do feel like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be second runner up. They're edging it out. They're like this neck and neck to me. Now, Metaphor ReFantazio, that's the type of game that might creep up out of nowhere. Now, I didn't really see any type of rollout, any type of marketing for this game. I believe it came out in like early October ish. Day one, people were saying this was Game of the Year. This got like 1 million copies within the first couple of days. So who knows? They might surprise us. They definitely surprised me with last year's awards, but we'll see what happens. Now, to get to the controversial game at hand, we got Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree. For all the people who don't know, this is an expansion. Now, before I started this list, I did read that quote. It applies to this. So they are now letting expansion packs, DLCs, remastered remakes, they are now adding that to all or any category. I do not feel like Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree expansion should not be on here. I feel, I think what should happen, the Video Game Awards should have its own category for remastered, for remakes, and for expansion slash DLCs. I don't see a reason why there should be a continuation of a game to be on Game of the Year when we've already had that base game as a foundation. You're competing with new IPs. You're competing with games that are not even established yet. Elden Ring is already established. It already won Game of the Year. This should just be in a whole nother category on its own. So, Elden Ring expansion, get that out of here. Put Stellar Blade in. Put Stellar Blade in. The Stellar Blade is just as good to me as Black Myth Wukong. So I know there's going to be a lot of controversy behind this expansion. Like I said, Twitter has been going crazy about adding certain expansion packs. Like now, since this is the case, this is going to be even more in competition against other IPs or other video games. And now, since we got expansions, we have to implement like DLC for like Spider-Man, DLC for Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, DLC expansion packs for The Witcher. We got to start implementing those now, and that might be potentially be in some of these other categories. I don't like that. Have categories for its own thing. That's messing up the whole competition in my eyes. What I feel like. So, I honestly believe that Astrobot might just take it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it will be a close second, but me personally, I do want Black Myth Wukong to win. That's my take on Game of the Year. Get Balatro out of here. You should get that out of here and add Space Marine 2 and get Elden Ring expansion pack and add in Stellar Blade. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, if Elden Ring, I'm now by all means, I'm not saying Elden Ring is a trash game. The game is amazing. It won Game of the Year in 2022. And from what I've heard, Shadow of the Erdtree is just as good, if not better. Basically a whole nother game. But it's an expansion at the end of the day. So what are we doing? Like it's a great game, it's a great expansion. But at the end of the day, it's still an expansion. And it still needs to be added to a whole another category. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So we're gonna move on to the next category. Alright, so for best game direction, we got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Basically the same list of games that we got for Game of the Year. Now best game direction. I need to read a little bit more into what that means, what that entails. But for best game direction, I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong. Objectively, Black Myth Wukong. Take my bias out of it. I'm gonna go with Black Myth Wukong. For Game of the Year, I'm gonna go with Astrobot. Okay, so for best adaptation, We got Arcane, we got Fallout, we got Knuckles, we got Like a Dragon Yakuza, and we got Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft. Now, I've only seen 3 of these shows. I'm currently watching Arcane. Amazing. Great show. If y'all have not seen Arcane, highly recommend y'all go see it. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was okay. It wasn't the best. I've seen better. If you haven't played the games, like the most recent games, you are not going to know what the story is about because it leaves off with the first game. So the story is kind of Fallout. Fallout is one of the biggest surprises of the year for me personally. So with that being said, I have not seen Knuckles. I have not seen Like a Dragon. But with that being said, I think that Fallout is going to win. Fallout has given me everything that it needed to give me as far as the show, video game adaptation. They nailed it. The story is there. The characters are there. Like they have Easter eggs relating to the video games and put it in the show. Like, and Arcane is a close second. Tomb Raider is not getting this. The show was okay. Like a Dragon, Knuckles I heard was it wasn't that good. Like a Dragon, I can't really speak on that. I know it just recently came on Amazon. But I got Fallout winning this category for best adaptation. All right, so for best narrative, we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We got Metaphor ReFantazio. We got Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. And we got Silent Hill 2. Now, Silent Hill 2 recently just came out, but I heard that is an amazing remake. Again, where we can add remakes to this. Senua's Saga. Now, I heard Hellblade 2 was a great game, but it was short. Metaphor ReFantazio, that's Game of the Year worthy. Final Fantasy VII, Game of the Year worthy. So it comes down between those two. So what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy VII. Disregard what I said. I'm gonna go with Metaphor ReFantazio. We all know Final Fantasy. We all know what game that is. I feel like Metaphor ReFantazio is gonna surprise some people because so Atlas, Sega, they're the ones who made Persona 3, 4, 5. 5 was great. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with a wild card on this one. Metaphor ReFantazio, best narrative. I'm gonna go with that. All right, so best art direction: Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, Metaphor ReFantazio, or Neva. I don't know what Neva is. Sounds like a indie. Um, hmm. Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Earth Tree, or Metaphor ReFantazio. This is tough. This is tough. Okay, so we we might have to go with hmm. I'm gonna go with Astrobot, bro. I really feel like Astrobot about to sleep. Who knows? I don't know anymore. I'm gonna go with Astrobot for best art direction. Okay, so best score in music. So we got Astrobot, we got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, we got Metaphor ReFantazio, we got Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. This can be a toss up too. Stellar Blade had amazing music, but Metaphor ReFantazio, I will say, because I have, okay, so I haven't played Metaphor ReFantazio, but I do know Atlas come out with some bangers. That Persona 5 soundtrack, some of the best, some of the best video game music ever, ever. So it's gonna be a toss up for me personally between Metaphor and Stellar Blade. But I'm gonna go with the game that I know the most. Let me go with that Stellar Blade. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that one. Best audio design. Okay, so this is where the audio is king. You get some headphones in and you hearing the best quality sounds you've heard. So we got Astrobot, we got Call of Duty Black Ops 6, we got Final Fantasy 7, Senua's Saga Hellblade, and we got Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna go with Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna go with Silent Hill 2. Um, and just off the strength of the atmosphere and the tension in that game, and plus it's a horror game too. So yeah, I already know this. The sound quality is superb. And then I would go to Senua's Saga Hellblade. But I'm gonna go with Silent Hill 2 on best audio. Okay, so best performance. So I this one might be a little. I don't really know. I don't really know the actors like that. But Brianna White, Final Fantasy VII, Anna Tell, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. I'm guessing she was the main character. Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, Melina Jurgens, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Okay. Um. Hmm. Let me go with Luke Roberts. Let me go with Luke Roberts on this one. Innovation and accessibility. Okay, so I'm guessing basically what this means is like they have a whole bunch of options for different types of people who can't uh they have to play the game specific ways, but this game utilizes every accessibility pretty much. So Call of Duty Black Ops, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia, or Star Wars Outlaws. Now I can't confidently pick one because I have not played any of these games listed. So I'm gonna just skip that one. Games for Impact. Okay, so let's all right. So Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Sinuous Hellblade, Tales of Kinzera, Close to the Distance. All right, so these are indie games because I've never heard of these except Life is Strange. I'm gonna go with the Outlier. Let me go with Tales of Kinzera. I'm assuming it's this game right here. So I'm gonna go with Tales of Kinzera. Okay, best ongoing game. We got Destiny 2. We got Diablo 4. We got Final Fantasy 14. Fortnite, Helldivers 2. Man, Destiny 2 has been going on for, but you can also say the same for Final Fantasy 14 or Fortnite. Now, for the people who are not really paying attention to the other games and they're focus, they mainly focus on the the top heavy hitter like Fortnite. We expect Fortnite to win it, but we don't know what this we don't know. So I'm gonna go with Helldivers 2 because they keep giving us more updates, dope updates. Um, and people are still on this game actively. So I'm gonna go with Helldivers 2. And it doesn't have to be like a most recent thing or a new thing. Like if the game is still being worked on, giving new patches, new updates, new expansions, new worlds, new areas, it can be for best ongoing. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Helldivers 2 on this one. Best community support. Okay, so we got Baldur's Gate 3, we got Final Fantasy 14, we got Fortnite, we got Helldivers 2, we got No Man's Sky. Huh. I'm gonna go with Baldur's Gate. Give me Baldur's Gate 3. They're the mods on this game crazy. I actually need to play around with the mods. I got back on Baldur's Gate like last week. I had to update my whole game, hundreds of patches. But Fortnite, you can also make an argument for that too. But we'll see. We'll see. Best indie game: Animal Well, Balatro. See, and that's so crazy because they got an indie game going up for Game of the Year, which is wild. And if it wins, that's saying something for indie games. So shout out to indie games. But when you think of Game of the Year, you think of like a big AAA game. But who knows? Who knows? Like I said, anybody can take it at this point. I don't really know anymore. So we got Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, UFO 50. So I have not heard of these games before, but I'm gonna go with Neva since I've seen that pop up on some of the categories. All right, best debut indie game: Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire. I'm gonna go with Balatro since it's Game of the Year contender. I'll put the best debut. Best mobile: AFK Journey, Balatro. Whoa, okay. Hold up. So you're telling me Balatro is a mobile game? Somebody will have to fill me in because I don't know what this game is. We had a mobile game going up for Game of the Year. Crazy times we living in. All right. Next is Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. So I'm not a mobile game person, so I couldn't tell you. But I'm gonna just go with Balatro since I've seen this multiple times on different categories. Best VR game. I'm gonna just completely skip this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Batman. Okay, so now we get into the okay. So this is another big category. Best action game. We got Black Myth Wukong. We got Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We got Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Go ahead and give me Stellar Blade. That's everything I want in an action game. Everything I want in an action game. If this Stellar Blade should have been up for Game of the Year, in my opinion. But since we didn't get that, I'm rooting for it to get best action game. War you could say Warhammer 40,000. That's a good one. That's a real good one. But I'm gonna have to go with Stellar Blade. I hope Stellar Blade wins something because that was such a great game. And now they're coming out with like DLC for like Near Automata, or to where you can wear like the outfits and the gear and stuff, which is dope. Oh, excuse me. Best action adventure game. Okay, so this is another one. We got Astrobot, we got Prince of Persia, we got Silent Hill 2, we got Star Wars Outlaws, and we got The Legend of Zelda Echoes of the Wisdom. Now, I've seen The Legend of Zelda Echoes of the Wisdom gameplay. I honestly don't think it's gonna compete with the other ones. I don't think it's there. Might be a good game, but I don't think it's competing with the other ones. Star Wars Outlaws, get that out of here. Get that out of here. Y'all should have put Stellar Blade for that. For Prince of Persia might sneak up on that one. That they might sneak up and win. But I'm gonna go with Astrobot on this one too. I'm gonna go with Astrobot. I got three categories for Astrobot. Crazy. Okay, so this is just as big as the action. We got best RPG. We got Dragon's Dogma. We got Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. We got Final Fantasy VII. We got Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and we got Metaphor ReFantazio. Three games that I'm not. I'm. It's up in the air at this point. Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor ReFantazio, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, if anything, Elden Ring, the expansion should be on this one. I will agree with that. I can take that. I have no problems with that category. So, oof. I already Elden Ring's gonna come out with something. It's gonna win something. But bro, I'm that Metaphor Fantasio. That might win it, bro. Best RPG. Then again, you got Final Fantasy VII. Ah man. Okay. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy VII on this one because I didn't choose Final Fantasy VII for any of the other ones. I think so. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy on this one. Ooh, okay. Best fighting game. All right. So this, me personally, I'm here for this one as well. So we got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We got Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. We got Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. We got Multiverses, and we got Tekken 8. Personal decision, easy one for me, easy sweet. Tekken 8. Tekken 8. Tekken 8 has been going strong since the game came out in January. People are still playing it. It's still active. It might not be as active as when it first came on the scene, but it's still people are still playing this game. People are still in. They recently came out with an update. Heihachi's in there. Um, yeah. Now Dragon Ball Sparking Zero will be a close second because this is the best Dragon Ball game we've gotten. Period. Close second would be Fighters, but I don't know. That's an arena fighter. It's too chaotic. I'm gonna have to go with Tekken 8 on this. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting is good, but it's not. I don't think it's gonna beat Tekken 8. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go with Tekken 8. I don't think the voting we can vote yet, but they're just showing the nominees on who we think is gonna win. But yeah, that Tekken 8 might not might it'll have to get it. I'm rooting for it to get it. All right, so best family game. Astrobot once again is on here. We got Princess Peach Showtime. We got Super Mario Party, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and the Plucky Squire. Bro, go ahead and give me the Astrobot, bro. Go ahead and give me that Astrobot. A close second would be Super Mario Party because everybody plays Mario Party, but bro, Astrobot is it's looking like it's again, like I said, it's looking like it might be sweeping some categories. So I'm gonna stick with Astrobot on the best family game. Best sim strategy, I'm gonna skip that because I'm not too familiar with that. Best sports, okay, so we got F24, EA Sports FC25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. Am I going crazy? Do they not have college? They don't have the college 25 on here? That's crazy. Bro, that was like people was waiting on that game. And from what I heard, it was pretty good. I'm not I'm not a college football guy, but I am aware they don't have that in the category either. EA Sports FC25. That must be that must be soccer. I don't know. And they got NBA 2K25 on here. You know what? And this might sound crazy. Go ahead and give me WWE 2K24. Just cause. I'm gonna go for a loop on that one. Okay, best multiplayer. So we got Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We got Helldivers 2. We got Super Mario Party Jamboree. We got Tekken 8, which is great. Hey, Tekken players, the Tekken community, shout out to y'all. Y'all got two categories. Warhammer 40,000. So, I'm gonna have to go what I think is gonna get it. Uh, Bro, I'm gonna have to go with Tekken 8. If it wasn't for Tekken 8, and I know I'm putting my bias, but I'm really trying not to. I'm really trying to be objective, but it's my list. I can do what I want. If it wasn't for Tekken 8, I would have to choose Call of Duty for sure, and then maybe Helldivers. But I'm gonna go with Tekken 8 since it's got two categories. I'm rooting for Tekken 8. Tekken 8, I needed to get something. I needed to get something. If not this one, then it has to get the other one. Okay, so this is content creator, best esports, best esports, best esports. So I don't really care about those. So this is the one, the last one. Most anticipated game: Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, GTA 6, Metroid Prime 4, or Monster Hunter Wilds. Now, I'm pretty sure majority of the vote is going to go to the game that we all know. It's going to be the biggest game of 2025. Point blank period. But with the way some of these awards goes, Ghost of Yote might do something. It might sneak up on GTA 6. But majority vote, GTA 6 is going to win. We're talking about the biggest game in the world. I know with some of these games, Metroid, Death Stranding, that's a certain community of people that are ready for this game. We're talking about the impact. We're talking about the community of people. And with GTA 6, the community is the whole world. Like this is global. So objectively, I'm gonna have to go with GTA 6 on this. If I could cast my vote in, I would do it right now. But yeah, bro, like I'm excited for Ghost of Yote just as much as I'm excited for GTA 6. Monster Hunter Wilds, it looks cool, but that's not my type of game. Metroid Prime 4, I know people have been waiting on that because I there are some Metroid Prime Metroid fans. They are waiting patiently, and when 4 came out, they went crazy. Death Stranding 2. Now, only a select few people that I know played Death Stranding 2. And it's by Kojima, the GOAT. But I don't think people are hyped for it, but they're not as hyped for it as the other two that I called out first. But yeah, we gonna see. We are going to see. So the awards comes out December 12th on a Thursday. I wish it came out on a Friday. But yeah, those are going to be the categories and nominees for each. Game of the year, I got Astrobot winning. I personally want Black Myth Wukong to win it, but I really think the Astrobot might be sweeping this year. Balatro, again, somebody let me know what this game is even about, because I don't. And this is a mobile game at that, and a mobile indie game that's up against triple A top tier heavy hitting games. And another one that might creep up on people that got other categories is Metaphor Refantasio. That's another one. But like I said, the whole debate against the expansion packs, DLC, that's just going to be a whole another monster we got to deal with on the future. So yeah, we're getting to a point where the expansions are just another game that you can add in a game of the year now. They already implemented the rule, so I don't know what the fans are gonna say, what people are gonna say, to where it might change back. There might be moving in a new direction, but I really think if Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree wins, a lot of people are gonna be upset. Mainly being this just being an expansion. Now, if it wins, it wins. I'm like I said in the beginning, I'm not saying this isn't a bad game. This is an amazing expansion. But they really need to focus on where to put these categories at, or put these games in different categories. You can't just put an expansion pack for game of the year. So I feel like they picking and choosing which games go where. So we'll just leave it up to the vote. So as early as voting comes out, I might do another stream. I will be streaming the video game awards on Twitter. Not Twitter, Twitch. and I'll put it on YouTube. But yeah, that is going to be it for the categories. Let me know what y'all think on whatever category. I don't care. It can be best indie, best multiplayer, best action RPG, best audio engineer, whatever. Let me know in the comments what y'all think is gonna win it. So, and do y'all agree with this new rule? Do y'all feel that expansion should be in Game of the Year categories? DLC should be in Game of the Year categories, remastered, remakes. But that might just be another conversation to be had in the future. So, but we will see. But yeah, that's just my take. That's just my take on it. On who's gonna win for this year. We have had some bangers for 2024. 2023 was great. We running it back with 20 of this year, and then we got back to back to back in 2025. So cannot complain. You can't. You can never tell me that we don't have anything to play. We have so many different games from so many different genres. It's actually pretty crazy. It gets to a point where it's like overwhelming. Like I'm still playing Black Myth Wukong. Hopefully I can finish that game by the end of this year with everything that I've been going through. But yeah. And I need to get on this Astrobot. This Astrobot. It's been up for 7 nominations. It has to win something. It has to win something. And if it sweeps, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I'm not gonna be mad at it. But yeah, Game of the Year. It's always a debate. It's always debatable, controversy. Yeah, I say Astrobot, but it can be Balatro that wins this. So we don't know who's gonna take it. We'll see. We will see December 12th. And that's all I'm gonna say. But this is gonna be end of the stream. It'll be uploaded on the channel soon. And yeah, if you are new, comment, like, subscribe, share below, and yeah, subscribe as well. And I will be coming out with another video soon ish. No promises. But I'll see y'all later. Deuces.